welcome to Check Out This Guy, the podcast so good we recorded it twice. I'm Izzy.
That's right.
Hi, I'm Izzy. I use she and he pronouns. And I am one of your three hosts today.
I'm Emory, my pronouns are they, she, he, and I'm Emory, my pronouns are they, she, he. This is what we're doing, right? This is what we're doing,
right? No. I said I'm Izzy twice because you interrupted me.
Oh, I was just doing a bit. Independent of what you were doing.
Oh.
Because, we recorded it twice.
Yeah.
This is the second one. It's the sequel. We're doing it double, right?
This is our second recording. Hello.
Let's get through the intros because we're all kind of out of it today.
No, I'm super lucid. Hello, I'm Quatre, and I definitely remember pronouns. I use all of them.
The most pronouns.
You can't say the wrong thing.
All right, gamers. Today we're here to define some categories for our characters and rank them in according to those categories.
Mm-hmm.
So
ranking of OCs.
We have our list from the initial recording. We unfortunately lost that episode, but we still have the list, and I think we're just gonna go back through it, make some commentary on all of our triumphs and mistakes, and
alter some things.
Are we doing that, or are we just doing it again? Because I came to do it again.
I think we can do both. I think we can review our previous attempt and also do it again.
Okay, because I definitely want to do the alternate versions of my characters for which there are alternate versions.
Go ahead.
Cool. Okay, so what we're looking at here... so we have our list. We have all of our characters ranked from most to least. We have our categories, and our first category is physical strength. We're starting off, we're starting off with a simple one here.
How about we say which characters we're submitting, or do we do that in?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're each bringing 3 characters to the list. I'm doing M the Bun, Gilly Nibs, and Vermin.
Yeah, I am going to be bringing Jolene, Xenu circa the original Isoverse campaign, and Dory Doyle, who I am treating as different from Dorothy Doyle.
Yep.
Yeah. You will have to help me out with how they are different from their previous forms that you used.
She has a whole new character sheet in Morg's Eidolon campaign.
Yeah, if you're doing this, you may as well briefly catch us up on what's been going on with Dory.
Okay, Dory... Yeah, Dory is going to be going by Dory now, at least with her friends. She's gonna be a lot more of herself. Also, turns out her Eidolon hunky never existed.
Cool.
Her actual Eidolon is named Rebel. And it is a big, monstrous rat man.
Yes.
Some would say a very sexy, monstrous rat man.
I think most would say.
I think the entire crew of our gaming group was like, oh, he's hot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's hot, or oh no, he's hot.
Both.
Yeah, kind of both.
Nice. Good.
Primarily the latter, though, I would say.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm eating.
How dare you? I'm so happy that you're having food. Please eat.
Yes, please. And then for the differences between regular and final form Xenu is just final form is after she became like a full-fledged dragon. Before that, she's just a funny little loser.
Mm-hmm.
just check out other episodes to find out what the fuck is up.
We love funny little losers, though.
Oh yeah, and Quatre. I don't think you've said which characters.
I'm bringing a lens with the many eyes. I'm bringing Skylar, my naked dragon boy, and Tavi, my mouse card character.
Oh, yeah.
Yes!
I'm just thinking about some of the categories that we're doing. I'm once again remembering.
Oh, God.
It's so funny that I brought Tavi to this.
Oh, yes. Well, you picked Tavi the first time without knowing the categories.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Also, I feel a little bit bad. I was misremembering, and I mixed up Tavi and Excalibur in my mind.
They're both extremely rude without meaning to, so nearly the same. Besides that, Tavi's a mouse and Excalibur's a cat.
Yeah.
They would be friends, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so do we want to go through our list here?
Yes. Let's get that physical strength rated.
Yeah, so... I'm just looking at our list here. Do we want to revise this? Because from where...
I have to.
Okay.
I mean, I'm going to have to revise a lot of these.
Xenu's no longer going to be number one, right?
Oh, absolutely not. Xenu is going to be slightly more than normal human strength.
Okay. Then, in that case, we might be pushing M into number 2 and Xenu into number 3.
Jolene?
Jolene into number 1.
Jolene number 1.
Skylar and Lens are just regular humans with some fucked up things going on.
Okay. Oh god. I apparently have strong characters.
Yeah, you do.
Because I think Dorothy might have the edge on Xenu if you count Rebel.
I mean, definitely Rebel.
Are we?
Oh, we might be counting Rebel.
Do we count having the Eidolon? I guess that's not physical strength, so...
True, it is physical strength.
Yeah. So Dorothy's just gonna kind of be like average human strength.
So, same spot or stronger than Vermin?
I think she can stay in the same spot.
Okay.
Right. Then our...
Although now that I'm thinking about it, Vermin is like more agile than strong. Let's not overthink it though.
Yeah.
No, let's move him down then.
Yeah, okay, I could move. I could live with that. Yeah. I could live with... Vermin is kind of a little guy, is the thing.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I'm not writing capital letters. I'm writing the correct letters, though. I love Vermin and Vermin.
We can all do this.
Alright, here's our ranking. We got Jolene at the top, number 1. Kind of wild considering that they're a halfling raised as an orc. They're in fact one of the littler guys on this list.
I think it says a lot about us and our characters.
She does have magically enhanced strength.
Okay, fair enough. And then, M the Bun, she is a Sonic character, so obviously she's got very high physical stats, but also she's a lot weaker than most other Sonic characters, so we can't justify putting her in the front.
Mm-hmm.
She might lose she would definitely lose at arm wrestling to Tails, no question.
Tragic.
Wouldn't even be a contest.
Yeah, and then I think there's a big power gap between M and Xenu even.
I do seem to remember Xenu exploding a Kraken in our first session.
Xenu got to attack the eye, though.
Yeah.
It was specifically just kind of diving into the eye claws first.
Lucky shot.
Then after Xenu, we got Skylar.
Ooh.
Dragon buddy.
Yeah,
Dragon
you
friend.
gotta. The physical strength is like a circus performer, right? You gotta have that core muscle strength to do all the tricks to carry a dragon on your back. And then 5th place is Lens. Need that core strength to hold people down while you pull their eyes out.
Yeah, You gotta have that psychopath strength.
Yeah.
You gotta have that serial killer muscle.
Yeah, you gotta be able to hold down a man with one arm because you need your other hand to grab the eye.
Yeah. Dory is number 6, and hey, she works out.
Yeah.
She's got the Nintendo Ring Fit.
God.
After that is Vermin. They're pretty fit. They haul around a lot of junk. They move a lot of rubble. But also they're like 4 feet tall, so they can only go so far. And like I said, they're more agile than strong. And then Gilly. Gilly is just like a halfling of like average to below average strength. So they are simply just a little guy. They're teeny tiny, and you know who's even teeny tinier? Tavi, who is a literal mouse.
The strongest mouse. That's his tagline. Tavi is the strongest mouse. But in this contest, he is just a mouse.
I don't know. I can see Gilly losing an arm wrestling match to a mouse. If it's the strongest
Just a regular mouse, but he's just the strongest one,
The strongest mouse, I think Gilly would still pick up it in one hand.
Yeah.
Paw.
I'm not arguing that. I'm saying what would be funny.
It would be funny. I think we did that pretty well. That's
Right.
ranking.
Next category.
Human looking.
How human looking are they?
Well,
first place is Dorothy. I feel like that's no contest.
A regular human.
Oh yeah, Dory 100% normal looking human. Maybe dresses a little bit funny now, but...
And then number 2 is Skylar. Completely normal human, just has a dragon on his back. And then Lens, completely normal looking human, just has some extra eyes attached to him.
Yeah, and then 4 and 5 are Vermin and M. They're both like, yeah.
I think Xenu's gonna take number 4 now.
Really? Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Yeah, she could pass as a human so long as like in silhouette.
We are once again. There we go.
God. Watching 3 people edit a document at the same time is amazing.
It's beautiful. I don't want us to coordinate. I want it to keep being messy.
Yes.
Yeah, we're podcasting with a little bit of that chaos energy. So yeah, number 5 and 6 are Vermin and M. They're just little guys. They're furries. They're anthros. They're 4 feet tall. I think my justification for putting M below Vermin is that M is just like cartoonier. And then Gilly, they're even smaller. They're even more little guy shaped. They're a bit further down on the scale of like human resemblance to animal resemblance. They're just a little ferret guy. They're a little mustelid.
But is more normal than Jolene. That's
right. Jolene's not normal.
No, not one little bit. Is that lady normal?
No. And then, once again, in 9th place is the little mouse friend.
Tavi is normal. He's just a mouse.
Yeah, but this isn't normal. This is human looking.
This is human looking, and he does not look human.
Unfortunately, most people would not mistake a human for a mouse. Or vice versa.
Unless.
We've all seen, what was that? No, I haven't seen that movie, but I saw a commercial for a movie when I was like...
Ratatouille?
No, it was a children's movie, and they adopt a little mouse. And they're like, this is our son.
Oh, Stuart Little is not a mouse. Stuart Little is a human that just is very fucked up looking.
The movie is a mouse. That is insane.
In the book, it is actual son just looks like a mouse.
Incredible.
Amazing.
This is the only thing I know about Stuart Little.
It's insane.
Alright, now we're getting into the real shit, because our third category is knows what sex is.
Uh-huh.
I love how you both have marked Tavi in this list. What's up with that?
We've what?
You both of your cursors were on Tavi. I was like, no, he's in the correct spot. That's where he's
clicking. Clicking. Don't mind me.
Yeah, same. I just went through and changed all the Dorothys to Dory.
Yeah. So, number one in terms of knowing what sex is Jolene. Izzy, explain yourself.
Well, I think the first two entries here are the characters that canonically fuck.
True.
Degenerate, get him out of here.
Hey, here's the question.
Uh-huh.
Jolene is number 1 and Tavi is number 2.
Uh-huh.
It's just a mouse.
So I'm going to tell you right now, Dory knows what sex is a virgin. Have any of the characters on this list had sex?
I think Tavi post-game probably has sex. I imagine he gets married at one point.
Mm-hmm.
All of mine are asexual, so no.
Yeah, so Dory is not asexual. Therefore, Dory is number 3 by default by being the only non-asexual. Wow.
Yeah, slightly ahead of the curve.
Wow, this is a skewed list.
Mm-hmm.
I just remembered why I put Lens on number 4.
Uh-huh.
Does not know what sex is, gets some weird sick pleasure out of hurting other people, though.
I see. So kinky.
Yeah, he's kinky. Just doesn't relate that to sex, but it's definitely the same thing.
Yeah. Number 5 and 6 on the list, we have M and Gilly. I forget what my justification was. This makes sense to me. I think M knows what sex is, just like a regular amount, and is asexual, would never have it. Gilly, I think, is the kind of asexual who, they know about the concept of sex, but it just doesn't really click for them that people would ever have it. Every time they learn about an allosexual, they're kind of surprised by it.
And number 7, Xenu, because she knows less about sex than Gilly.
Incredible. I think
that's canon, baby.
I think our justification for putting her behind Gilly is that she doesn't even have genitals.
Nope.
Oh, fair enough.
Complete lack of orifices.
Yeah, and then behind Xenu is Vermin. Vermin simply doesn't know anything. You could flat out give them an entire sex ed course and it would immediately leave their brain.
Amazing. And then we put Skylar on number 9 because he's my naked dragon boy with tits out. He cannot know what sex is because otherwise running around naked with his tits out is gonna look weird.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, this is fair. Skylar is without sin.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Okay, good. I feel like our rankings have been pretty accurate so far. I feel like
we did good.
there aren't any like major upsets except for accounting for Izzy's different stages of her characters.
Yeah, I like characters that have big changes, apparently.
I think we all do.
I wonder why. Can we link this to something in our lives?
Next category is anxiety. Who has the most? It's Gilly.
Congratulations.
I think both of mine are gonna drop down a couple spots, maybe.
Yeah. I'm wondering why M isn't higher.
Because everybody else was...
Yeah. Dorothy was number 2, but Dory's gone through some shit and has worked through some things and is a bit less anxious now.
Okay.
Tavi is a mouse, right?
Tavi is a mouse.
Mouses are very anxiety coded. If you ask me.
Yeah. I think we originally put Jolene behind Tavi because Jolene is so incredibly socially anxious.
That's true.
Especially if there are any halflings present.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, these rankings are becoming a little more clear to me.
Yeah, but you gotta move Dory down.
Yeah, is...
4th or 5th
Are we gonna move Dorothy into 4 or 5? Okay, 5, you think?
Yep. M is pretty anxious, right?
Where do you think M versus Dory fits?
I feel like M is just. I think she manages it pretty well, but she still has like the good old anxiety depression combo that makes her life pain. She probably like needs to get medicated for it, but she doesn't have her shit together enough to go go to a psychiatrist. Unless she does, I don't know.
Yeah, so we'll put Dory at number 5 because she is on the high of having worked through shit and not caring about a bunch of stuff now.
Okay, fair enough, yeah.
And then it's Lens. I guess I don't think Lens is particularly anxious. That's why he's on the 6th spot. I do think the pulling out eyes when someone insults him might be linked somewhere to some conscious issue that could be linked to some sort of anxiety, but it's not anxiety per se, you know?
So 7 was originally Xenu, but hey, that was the Xenu that had a fight with Gilly and then Gilly was gone for a year. Original flavor Xenu did not even have a concept of anxiety, really. Just a concept of sometimes people are weird because I look so different from a human, so I've been attacked before. But other than that, she did not worry about shit. So I'll let y'all figure out where that goes in the last 3 slots.
Honestly, I feel like we might not need to move her because once again, in our current 8th slot, we've got Vermin, who does not have enough thoughts to be anxious about things. Literally cannot imagine the future.
Yeah.
More than 3 seconds ahead of them. So.
Yeah, and I get the idea Vermin has like idiot confidence.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, and Xeno absolutely does not have that.
I heard the sentence professional buffoonery today, and I'm wondering if we could apply that to vermin. No, tactical buffoonery, that's what it was. Tactical
Oh, hell
buffoonery.
yes.
They're kind of dumb as shit, but they don't do it on purpose, you know?
He's just lucky.
Yeah. Although, like, I think their dumbass status does help them fight really good, because they just go, like, purely on reflexes without planning ahead at all, so it makes them very hard to predict. So, you know, maybe there's a tactical element there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so Vermin is on the Goku level?
Hell yeah.
That's right. Ultra Instinct, motherfucker.
Uh-huh. Yeah, now there's a third. We had Goku, Shaggy, and now Vermin.
With the big tree. I know the big tree. In the 9th spot, we have Skylar, because I made the argument that if he's naked literally all the time, he cannot have anxiety. Because those things would not match up.
Not about that anyway.
He doesn't have anxiety. He's also like a bit dumb. As in he's really bad at understanding why other people would be distressed about his situation. And that's my argument for the 9th spot. He walks around naked, and therefore he's the least anxious about all of us. I do want to say, if you look at these two lists, I think we can make the argument that the less you know about sex, the less anxious you are.
To a certain extent.
Gilly is the only outlier in that argument.
Gilly is the outlier, yeah.
Outlier.
But I think you're correct.
No, Jolina's number 1 on sex and number 3 on anxiety.
Yeah, so still somewhat top tier there.
Okay, yeah. Good point. Yeah.
Alright.
That probably says more about us than the characters.
Another strong category coming up, gender, from most to least.
Yes, please explain what this means.
We spent forever on this one.
Yeah, we don't know what it means. It's vibes only.
It's vibes only.
I
think we should just read the list.
Xenu is definitely the most gender.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Even without dragon scales and a tail. Are we still sure about this?
I am specifically thinking of hey, how do you describe what happened in the Goblin Vault?
Oh yeah, that's true. Xenu did get gender confirmation surgery.
Not literal, and not intended to be that allegory, but you calls it true. So I'm okay with leaving Xenu as number 1. I think, as a preview, I think Dory got more gender.
I think so. Lens is after that.
Yeah, Lens is number 2.
They've got many eyes. How much more gender can you get? I don't know why we're doubting that. Have you seen all the eyes? I will admit that if I was not on the committee, Lens would probably not score that high.
There are 2 genders, my left eyeball and my right eyeball.
Exactly. This is Cyclops erasure.
Damn.
Pirates are agender.
That's true. Then after that we have Vermin. Vermin lives in like an anarchist commune, and I think that makes them inherently very gender.
Hey. So this is for the audience. So where do you rank? So we have to keep in mind, because y'all are gonna pick whatever this is ranked at. Where do you put someone who has literally transformed into an idealized version of themselves, which is extremely non-binary, kind of both genders a little bit mixed up. Like, true non-binary icon.
Good question.
Actually, she might be less gender now. I don't understand the category.
None of us do.
I'm gonna still say probably behind the person who has a dragon fused to their body and wears no clothing ever.
Uh-huh. Who is behind him the bun?
Who is behind him the bun?
This is a very logical listing. I don't know why we're all getting so confused about it.
Yeah.
It hurts my brain.
I'm almost feeling less confident about M's position in the list because, you know, M is like a goth transgender bunny girl.
That is very gender.
Skylar does have a dragon fused to his body.
True. True. I also remember that we bumped up Lens on the list because I said that I made them specifically for my trans rage.
Yeah. We love some good trans rage over here.
I should be allowed to do more violence.
Right. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month. The first Pride was a riot.
So true.
Oh, so true.
Throw a brick at a cop. Anyway, how are we feeling about the current list positions? I feel like M is like maybe a little close, you know, even though she's got the goth trans bunny girl thing going on, I feel like she maybe is a little closer to a gender, you know? She's like, she's got that goth trans shit going on, but, you know, I don't know. I feel like her vibe, you know, is like a little closer to like Demigirl, maybe, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I've also been wondering if we should put Toffee in the middle of the list and be like, this is the baseline for gender. And you either have more gender than this mouse, or you have less gender than this mouse.
Okay. I like this idea. I think Jolene has more gender than Tavi the normal mouse, though.
Because you were saying M is closer to no gender, or to a gender, so then most of the list cannot be just a guy. Yeah. Because even though Tavi is just a mouse, he is also just a guy.
Hey, you know what? I'm just gonna check out from this category because I don't understand how we can rank this. We have very different characters on here.
This was a contentious one when we first did it, but we got there in the end. I believe in us.
Yeah, maybe we should just go over it and not change anything, and then see how we feel. Because right now, at first place, we have Xenu, who, gender, very gender.
Yes, a character who goes to the beach in a one-piece swimsuit that is internal organs.
Hell yes! Oh, that's so good. Second on the list, we have Lens. Lens is there because I'm in the committee, and I said Lens is second most gender.
Yep.
Then we have Vermin.
Vermin, funny little anarchist.
Yeah. If that's not gender, I don't know what is.
They carry a big fucking knife with them everywhere they go.
So
I think that's cool.
That's that. Yeah. The knife changed it for me.
Yeah, that makes so much sense.
They wear a mask with little X-out eyes drawn over the visor. I think that's a gender.
No, I think
not as much as the knife.
I said we were just going to read the list, but now I'm going to suggest a change. Skylar is a trans guy who does not want to physically transition, whereas M is closer to a gender. So I think they should swap. And that Skylar actually has more gender than M.
I'm okay with that. Yeah. Also, M, wants to, medically transition, but once again, does not have her shit enough together to, go get the hormones.
That is so tragic.
I feel like she might get there eventually, you know? She probably needs, health insurance first. I don't know where she's gonna get that from.
Interstitial M could take care of it.
Yeah?
She just needs to talk to her friend.
That's true. Yeah, she can, bum some estradiol off of Tails.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, either she can go to multiple friends.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Get all the hormones. You go, M.
Uh-huh. Okay, next on the list, we have Jolene, who is a halfling, and halflings are kind of, culturally pretty non-binary.
Yeah.
Kind of agender as a culture, but she is very much, I'm a girl.
Yeah.
She is very gendered in that way.
Yeah.
And then Dory?
Dory. So, yes, Dory ended up in a situation where their buddy Snake made everyone transform into an idealized version of themselves. Her ideal version of herself did have kind of a mix of masculine and feminine elements. She is extremely non-binary energy.
Hell yeah.
She is very much not trans, but very non-binary. So wherever that gets so she might be in the correct spot.
I think she might be, yeah.
Make sense to bump her up one. Up to you.
Oh, no. I think she's less gender than Jolene.
Okay, fair enough.
Jolene is gender as a conscious choice.
Yeah.
And I think that should be respected.
Mm-hmm. And, yeah, next down the list is Gilly. Once again, halfling's kind of gender is pretty inconsequential to them. So, you know, Gilly is, non-binary, but, whatever, it doesn't really mean anything.
Uh-huh.
And then next up, Tavi is just a mouse, so I don't think we should force human concepts of gender on animals.
True. It is a social construct. Although, I feel a little bit bad that we keep on just saying we're putting Tavi at number 9 because they're a mouse.
They are just a mouse. That's their defining trait. He's a mouse.
That's very
with
funny.
Big sharp teeth.
Uh-huh.
I love Tavi.
Uh-huh.
Next up, I feel like this one may have also been contentious when we did it. Masks their autism from good to bad.
I love how we all immediately assumed, all our characters have a little bit of autism.
Oh, no question.
Yeah. Okay, so originally we had Dorothy, whose entire character was someone who is constantly masking. Dory is not so much that way. That's kind of the whole point of Dory versus Dorothy. So Dory needs to not be number 1.
Okay.
Which would then mean it's Jolene in number 1. And yeah, Jolene, definitely has the autism, definitely is like, she is a mercenary and a business owner, and, she will definitely mask the fuck out of everything, in order to be a good business owner.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm looking at Lens for spot 2. And all I can say as a defense for that is, if you kill everyone who looks at you, not kill, if you steal eyes from everyone who looks at you funny, then it doesn't really. He masks in that. You don't. You could never
No
admit
witnesses?
that. There's no witnesses. You could never admit out loud that he's not masking, because then you would lose an eyeball.
Okay.
So I'm not saying that he masks well.
Okay.
I'm saying pulling out people's eyeballs is just a thing he does.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I love how all my characters have one trait.
Yeah.
Explains everything.
Yeah, so next on the list might be M, or how do you feel about masking autism, M versus Dory?
I feel like Dory is still learning, you know? I feel like learning to unmask, I mean.
Learning to not mask? Yeah?
Yeah. I feel like M is, like, pretty competent at masking, but she does not put as much effort into it as she could. She's too tired to speak in anything but a monotone, you know?
Yeah. So, who's at number 3?
I kind of feel like I think it still might be Dory, just simply because, like, M knows how to, but she doesn't as well as she could, you know?
Yeah. Number 5.
Number 5. We have yet another Tavi.
We have yet another Tavi. Tavi does in fact try to fit in with the crowd. Not very good at it. So, like, I would say he tries to mask. Utter shit at it. He's not convincing anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then after that we have Gilly. I believe my argument last time was that, like, Gilly cares very much about appearing normal to people. But they do just, like, very frequently reveal that they have no fucking clue what's going on.
Yes.
Tavi and Gilly are shaking hands.
Yeah, Gilly will just frequently say something in a conversation that it's like, oh, you didn't read that one, buddy.
Yeah. Number 7 is Skylar.
Once again, he is naked. He is not making any effort to mask.
Yeah.
It didn't even, the thought of it didn't even come up in his brain. He doesn't realize that there's anything he should be masking right now.
Completely unburdened by the sensory experience of fabric. And you know what? Good for him.
Good for him. You know what the first thing is that I do when I have a panic attack? I try to take my clothes off. Because I hate feeling anything on me when I have a panic attack. It's the worst.
Fair enough.
Skylar really was made for me.
Number 8.
Vermin. Yeah, Vermin doesn't know how to mask, despite the fact that they wear a literal mask all the time.
It's gotten them this far.
Yeah. They've just never thought about it in their life. They don't even know what masking is. Aside from, you know, literal type. Which you have to do.
Yes.
Which he does.
And then finally, we have Xenu, who Exhibit 1, the meat swimsuit.
That's right.
I don't know. I think if I was in the room, he would have read the room correctly with that one.
But no, like, one of the core tenets of the character is being yourself. So the mere idea of masking your autism is actually offensive to Xenu.
Oh, that is
Incredible.
such a cool trait, though.
So strong.
Mm-hmm.
Stronger than any U.S. Marine.
Next category, tired.
Tired.
We're all putting ourselves on number 1.
Uh-huh.
M's
Yeah.
right there at the top, baby. A champion of fucking... I hate this, I want to lie down.
And she's so valid for it.
Then after that is Gilly. Gilly did have a period of a few weeks where they could only sleep, like, a couple of hours a day. And I feel like they're never gonna be, like, completely, fully, awake ever again after that.
Uh-huh.
They just got that tired deep down in their soul. They're always gonna have those bags under their eyes.
Yeah. So, I think still at number 3 is Dory, who was just very tired from the efforts of trying to not be recognized and masking and everything. However, Dory just went through having her entire life wrecked. She lost her home. She lost a family member, essentially, like, basically being disowned. Lost all of her money, lost all of her, like, stuff. And even had to drop out of college.
Mm-hmm.
She just had, like, the worst month. She is so tired.
Fair enough. I feel like we can keep, well...
Oh, no, I think that she's in the appropriate spot.
Yeah, I think Dory is...
yeah.
It's just, there was a gigantic gap after Gilly, now it's not.
Really, yeah, the list is staying the same, but that gap has definitely shortened.
Yeah, this is just a ranking, not a scoring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, because next up we have Lens in number 4.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Yeah. Which is, I think I put them there because it's like, Lens would probably steal less eyes if they got like a full night's sleep, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't. They just don't. Might be the anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Could be.
And then next up we have Skylar, because I did make Skylar to be me. And I would also be better if I slept more, but damn do I love coffee. So I would
So true.
not per se tired, but would be less tired if he drank less coffee and just slept. Oh, I should change coffee with Monster for him, but Monster is disgusting, so I don't want to do that.
Oh yeah, it's gross and it costs a lot more than coffee if you're making it yourself. So why would you?
Why would you?
I initially parsed that as making Monster yourself.
I was also like, how
fuck?
could you make it? And I was like, you mean coffee is super cheap if you make it yourself.
Yeah.
I was like, what monster are you making? Emory, do you need help?
Yeah. You gotta go dig up all those bodies and stitch them together.
That's right.
Yeah.
Making the monster.
Uh-huh.
Maybe the monster was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah. Next up is Jolene, who isn't very tired.
Good for her. Wish that were me. That's not true, because I gotta go to bed in like 10 minutes.
Then after that, Xenu, and I think Xenu got put here because she didn't sleep for like thousands of years.
Mm-hmm.
Does
not need to.
Oh no, she needs to now. She needs to sleep now.
Okay, yeah.
But, it's just normal.
After that is Vermin. Vermin is actually very energetic and just does not really get tired. Except for that one time they got stabbed, but I think that was mostly due to blood loss. You know?
Could be. Yeah, we'll never know.
Yeah.
Number 9, Tavi, is just the same. Just a ball of energy, always ready to fight, always ready to go hard. Does not know when to stop.
Hell yeah.
Okay. We've reached the final category.
Izzy, why don't you tell us what this one is?
Yes. The final ranking is the ranking of Garfield.
From hates to likes.
Yes, from hates to likes.
So the one who hates Garfield the most, obviously M the Bun, they have beef.
Yes. That is specifically beef with who?
Garfield. M the Bun got food poisoning at a Garfield Eats and has had feelings of personal enmity towards Garfield ever since.
Understandable.
Yes. Okay.
Number 2 is Toffee because he's a mouse. I just think it's so funny every single time.
Yep. Next up, we have Dory, who they don't really care about Garfield, but those little, suction cup plushies that are in cars, those annoy her.
Mm-hmm.
So she has this minor dislike of Garfield in general because of that.
Uh-huh.
I genuinely don't know how Skylar ended up on number 4. I think
that's the neutral spot.
Yeah, Skylar might read a comic. Skylar might laugh.
Yeah.
Ambivalent.
Yeah, then Vermin is in the middle at number 5. I think I'm kind of imagining how all those Garfield phones fell off, I think just sunk into the ocean. I forget if the shipping container fell off or the boat sunk, but basically for a while there were just Garfield's shaped telephones washing up on a beach somewhere. And I think sort of similarly, the Vermin just finds Garfield stuff when they are picking through trash looking for supplies to salvage, and they don't know who Garfield is, but they're just okay, look at that little orange guy. Yep,
Mm-hmm.
There is orange.
Yep.
Gilly, I feel would like Garfield probably a normal amount, would probably chuckle sometimes at the comic, but I don't think they how mean Garfield is to John.
True. I think Lens would love how mean Garfield is to John.
Yeah.
It's probably why he's higher than Gilly.
Yeah, I feel like this is another one where we've got a gap between the top 3 and the rest of them, or in this case the bottom 3.
There are major gaps inside of the top 3, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Because next up is Xenu, right?
Yes. So Xenu is at number 8. Second most likes Garfield. This is mostly because Xenu is easily amused, so she'll think Garfield comics are funny.
Mm-hmm.
And Garfield is a cat, and she fucking loves cats. They're great. And she probably doesn't quite get how much of a jerk Garfield actually is. It kind of just goes over her head.
Fair
So that's why she's there. Now, Jolene, there is a gigantic gap here.
Uh-huh.
For 2 reasons. if Jolene were ever to meet Gothfield, Jolene would want to hit that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Fair enough.
However, that's not the reason why Jolene is most liking Garfield.
Uh-huh.
Jolene's eventual wife, Gal, when they first met, Gal was a bit Garfield coded in that she was like, I'm gonna be a cat girl, and she made her body be cat girl, but the only concept she had for cat was Garfield and Heathcliff comics.
Oh, no.
So she was like orange cat coded.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
What a concept. I'm torn between that is the most amazing thing ever and that is so fucked up.
Yeah, it was great when Gal ran into a cat and was like, what is that?
Why is it so deformed?
She didn't even realize it was a cat. She was like, what is this creature? And the creature was Michael.
Uh-huh.
It happens.
Oh, right, gamers. I think that's a list. I think we did.
We did it.
I'm so proud of us. Looking back at this list, we did great the last time.
Yeah, we did really good the first time, I think.
Let's not lose our recording this time. I say.
Yeah, I don't think there were a lot of misses there.
God, it's so good. It's so good. We do have to have Morg at...
Probably doing the last category at all was a miss.
Mm-hmm.
God.
No, the last category is perfect. What a high note to end on.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good here. Good work. I think we're good at podcasting.
Mm-hmm. I feel like people should look at the list and then tell us where their OCs fall on this list.
Oh,
wow.
Okay.
Like, do you think you have a character who is less human looking than my normal mouse Tavi? Let me know.
I do like that we spent approximately 1 hour just kind of saying what the list is, when it would take about 2 minutes to read.
Well, we have to explain our reasoning on most of these, I think.
Oh, there's so much commentary on why we did the thing.
I could talk about this for hours.
If we just read a list, then that's nothing.
That's why we didn't have an April Fool's episode.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the time right now, and we should get into our plugs.
Yes.
Because I'm sleepy.
Well, how about you go first, Quatre?
Alright, social media. You can find me at matchroomcoughton.tumblr.com or Quatre_cosplay on Instagram. And that's it.
Alright, you can find me at a podcast called We Rate Queerbait. It's a pretty funny show. We talk about gay shit that the creators will not admit is gay. And I'm also on an upcoming audio drama. Hey, the Kickstarter for that is live right now, if it has not already passed, which I don't think it has. Go to lydiadisappears.com. The name of the show is The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine. And back that Kickstarter, baby. Pay us money so that I can get paid to make funny crow noises.
Oh yeah.
And I'm also on Fur Affinity with the username Space Robot.
Kuro is so good.
Kuro's a silly little guy. I like them.
All right, we have reached me. I'm the last one. I'm Izzy. Social media? Fuck that. We don't got none of that. So if you want to see me, if you want to talk to me, any of that, come by the Discord that is in the show notes. We sometimes have streams on Monday and Fridays. Sometimes shows, sometimes art, what have you. I am going to be on an upcoming episode of SCP Research Archives. When? I don't know. One day. I never asked. So check that out. And this podcast is a part of the Noisepace.xyz podcast network. Thank you, Matt GameCube. There are a lot of really good and funny shows on there. Also, this podcast has social media, so on co-host or Tumblr, you can do @check out this guy. And hey, you will find stuff about the podcast. Ain't that neat?
That is neat.
It is very neat. So, until next time, just think about some numerical values, you know?
Yeah.
1, that's a pretty good one. That's why we've been assigning them to our OCs for the past hour.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, we need 3 more slots on that tired list so that we can put
for
ourselves
real.
Yeah,
on
I'm
it.
putting myself on number 1, and I'm trying to get to number 9, so I will bid thee all farewell, because I'm gonna go to sleep.
All right. Peace out, homies.
Good night, folks.
Good night.
Bye.